Namaskar, welcome back. So today's topic is, or today's theme is, everybody should have a superiority complex. Now that doesn't seem like, kind of the normal spiritual advice that you're used to, but you'll see why it is good advice later. Most people suffer from either a superiority complex or an inferiority complex. A balanced state of mind is one of the most essential qualities that one should possess. It is that state in which a person does not suffer from any complex. That is, neither from superiority complex nor from inferiority complex, neither from fear complex nor from hate complex. People should be free from each and every kind of complex. They should not suffer from any of these. People have many vices and virtues. Maintaining a balanced mind is one of the greatest virtues. There are no complexes in a balanced mind. One neither feels inferior nor superior to others. One never fears anybody or ever gets worried. One maintains a mental balance. There cannot be any complex in the spiritual level. In spirituality, there is no complex because every person has contact with Paramapurusha on a purely personal level. There is no third existence between them. There are only two, the spiritualist and Paramapurusha. Spiritualists move towards the Cosmic Father and sit on his lap. To do this is everyone's birthright. Nobody can be prevented from doing so on the excuse of inferior caste, color, education, or poverty. Since this is everyone's birthright, there cannot be any complex in the arena of spirituality. The defective social order injects an inferiority complex in the mind, which often persists even when people enter the spiritual field. They feel that as the Cosmic Father is so great, how can they, being of low caste or poor or uneducated, go to him? This is called Mahimna Bodha in the Shastras. But one should not forget that the relation of father and child exists. Even if the father is a great scholar, the uneducated child will go to him and ask for whatever he requires because he or she has affection for the father. Just now I said that in the field of spirituality, there cannot be any complex. But there are complexes due to social defects. It is our spiritual duty to rectify the social order. If we fail, there may not be good spiritualists. Even those who have the potentiality to become good spiritualists may not progress. They may be like a flower that dies before it blossoms. In the worldly sphere, too, there should not be any complex, because everyone is the child of the Cosmic Father. If there is any superiority complex, it should be the common one, that one is the child of the Cosmic Father. If there is any superiority complex, it should be the common one, that one is the child of the Cosmic Father, who is so great, so potent. One may only have this superiority complex. Whatever people possess is given by the Cosmic Father, and therefore no individual has the right to have a superiority complex. So in the worldly sphere, there is no reason for any complex to remain. In other words, it can be said that there will be a common complex, that all are the children of the Cosmic Father, no one being inferior and no one being superior. So first of all, let me say that some people feel uncomfortable with using the word father. Why not mother? Or why not use a non-gender, I feel it's important, especially in this discourse, to have a feeling of personal connection. So, parent. But I think you can be free, if you relate more to the divine as your mother, fine, go with that. If you have a closer feeling of connection with a parent, with your father, then go with that. But if you just say parent or it or something that is not personal, then you lose the sweetness that is hidden in this idea. And that is one thing I think that separates Indian spirituality from some other types of spirituality. It has this very kind of intimate, personal feeling of connection with the divine. All right. So, the basic idea here is that you shouldn't have any complexes. But if you have a superiority complex, but everybody has the same complex, then nobody is superior to everyone else. So it's saying that encourage that feeling of superiority not because you're smarter than anyone else, but because you are the child of the coolest entity in the universe. You are the child of Paramapurusha, the Supreme Being. And because Paramapurusha is so great, so powerful, and so fantastic, you get a wonderful feeling of being also cool and great and fantastic because he is your father, right? And I thought about that, and I remembered when I was a child, I thought my father was pretty cool, and I thought he was handsome and cool, and that gave me a feeling of kind of pride and excitement and feeling good because I was his son. And so I can understand that also applies if you feel that Paramapurusha is very close to you, that he is your father or mother. There's a certain feeling of power and pride because you are the child of such an amazing entity, right? So therefore, in yourself, encourage that feeling that I am the child of such a powerful, amazing entity, and therefore I am strong. And encourage anybody who you find who is feeling depressed or has some kind of inferiority complex. Say to them, remember, you are the child of the most powerful, amazing entity in the universe. You have that close parent-child relationship. So feel great about that. Feel that you have power from that relationship. There's early in the discourse it says, in spirituality there is no complex because everyone has contact with Paramapurusha on a purely personal level. There is no third existence between them. So inferiority complexes come when there are other people to compare yourself with. I remember when I was a very new Dada, I felt shy to approach Baba because there were other people around who were very senior, very devoted, very, kind of more elevated than me. And so I felt I had to, be in the back and allow these great people to come forward. And I didn't have the confidence. So it was a kind of inferiority complex. And I remember that when Sri Sri Anandamurti, when my guru left his body, somehow I felt freed from that. And I even thought to myself at that moment, now we are all on the same level. I don't, now it's just up to me to approach Paramapurusha on a purely personal level. I don't have to wait in a queue. There's nobody else that I have to fight with or, So your relationship with Paramapurusha is personal. There is, you don't have to make time for somebody else. You don't have to, there's no one better than you standing in front of you. It's just, there is no one else at all. There's just you and Paramapurusha. So there's no need to feel any kind of inferiority. I like this example. Even if the father is a great scholar, the uneducated child will go to him and ask for whatever he requires because he or she has affection for the father. So maybe there's a father who has, is a very great professor or something like that, and the young child hasn't even started school yet. But that same child feels no shyness, no hesitation at all, and just goes running to the father and asks help for this or that. So that's how we should feel. That's how and that very powerful father feels tremendous love for that child. So think of your relationship with Paramapurusha in that way. Paramapurusha is your father, you are his child, you have the right to approach him without any shyness, no matter what your level or status or qualities are. In another discourse, Baba says that even, Paramapurusha is not only the father for the virtuous, but also for the sinners. So, and gives the example that if there's a father who has a child who has made a mistake or, has done something bad, the mother or the father still loves that child because it's their child and it's their duty as father to care for that child. So no matter what you've done, good or bad, Paramapurusha has a duty to you because you are his creation, you are also his child, no matter what you have done. So remember that, and you, no matter what mistakes you have done, you might go to your father or mother and ask them, or still feel that they are your father or mother and can help you despite whatever mistakes you have done. Okay, so if you're going to have a complex, have a superiority complex because you have such a great father, and encourage everybody to have that same complex. And then we have one common complex of being great because we have this great parent. Thank you for joining us. I hope you found that helpful. Have a lovely day. Namaskar.